Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Travis, my lovely boyfriend. We're going to be doing our 2020 goals. Last year we achieved a lot of our goals. We moved into our first house, apartment. We got our first pet together. Travis and I got pregnant. Last year we moved to California. We stopped traveling for a while because we were traveling for like a while there, and then
We went to like 5 or 6 national parks.
yeah, national parks. Yeah, we didn't stop traveling. We just stopped traveling overseas. Yeah, a lot of things happened last year, so I feel like it would be fun to make this video and then see what we achieve. Our goals for this year are like less like traveling and like doing crazy things. It's more like getting things together and getting things stable. So we have a list right here. If you see us looking down, that's what we're looking at is our list. The first one is Travis's. I'm just gonna start and you can start talking, okay? Okay? I'll just start. So obviously our goal for 2020, like our biggest goal probably, is to have like a healthy baby. And I want to have like a successful birth because a lot of problems can happen like during birth. And it's not common, but there's a lot of things that can happen. It's not the safest day of your life when you're giving birth, but I really want it to be like stress-free and just like, do it and it's done and not have to like go back to the doctors or anything because there's complications. I just want to have a healthy baby as well, not have any complications, not have early or late birth. So yeah, that's probably like the number one thing, like bringing a life into this world, which is trippy as fuck. So yeah, he's contracting and he's an independent contractor. So he like pretty much fixes up houses.
Yeah, and that's one of my goals this year is to learn more about contracting and basically just fixing things around houses like drywall repair, baseboards, just stuff that we could use when we get a house.
Yeah.
Because it would be a lot easier if I could just fix it than to have to hire someone on and come and do it. And also I could take that and make it my own job, and it makes it easy if we have a kid because then I kind of make my own schedule and like even now
more
with the job.
independence.
Yeah, even now with the job that I have, I pretty much pick when I go to work, and just the schedule is pretty much in my hands, and that's nice to have. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the next one is obviously to save money. We're pretty good at like saving money. We can live on minimal money, but we want to actually have like a savings built up, not just because we're having a baby, but because we want to be able to travel in the future and actually travel like in a different way. Like instead of hitchhiking, we want to maybe be able to like rent a car or like just travel differently, like travel more like luxurious, but not like really. Like not like just stay in hotels the whole time, but just more enjoy it instead of like it just being like a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've traveled through Europe and stuff before, and it was fun, but there was a lot of like struggling, and it kind of took away a lot of experiences. Like there was certain places we had to skip or just kind of just missed out on because we were too tired to research the area, and so it would be nice to have a little bit more of an income or a savings so that we can plan out our travels better.
Yeah, and not have to like worry and be so restricted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the biggest one, and probably like all my followers on Instagram and stuff will be like happy to like hear what I've decided because I put a few polls on Instagram saying should I move to Florida because that's where we're from, that's where our family is, or should we stay in California? Because here's like the rundown of things. My dad actually moved here a few months ago to California with us. Not with us, but he moved here after we were here for like a year. And my mom was also saying that she wanted to move to California, so pretty much my whole family would be here besides my sister who lives in Colorado. But his parents didn't have the ability to just up and move here. They have a house in Florida. They have family in Florida. Like he has lots of family in Florida. So that wasn't an option, and I really wanted like his family, and he also wanted like his family to be like involved in our kids' life. And there's other reasons too why we were moving to Florida. Oh, did I even say that we're moving to Florida? Like, okay, yeah, we're moving to Florida.
One of the big reasons for the move would probably be the rent, because we pay about double here for an apartment that we would pay for a house in Florida. So that's a big reason.
Okay, I disagree. We disagree on this. I think the rent is about the same in this area in Northern California, but buying a house here is at like $500,000 or more. Like minimally $500,000 to buy a house here.
But there's no building a house either. There's so many codes and permits that you have to get that you'll end up spending like 30 to 50 grand just on getting the right code, like requirements and permits to build a house.
Yeah, just long term, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out. One thing that's bothering me is like, you know what's happening in Australia right now, how like pretty much Australia is on fire, which is crazy. I mean, like that should wake a lot of people up with like climate change and such, but it's happening here too. Every single year, people die from fires in California. Like we were living right next to Chico, which got literally burnt down completely. Like everyone that invested money in houses and stuff there, their houses and land burnt down. So like, I just can't see myself like investing $500,000 or more into a house with land and then it being burnt down, you know, because every year the fires just get worse and worse in California. So just long term, it just doesn't seem like it would work for us. But
yeah.
So yeah, Florida. Oh yeah, when are we moving there? So
that's still up in the air a little bit.
Definitely after the birth, because we already have our midwives here, and I want to give birth here because the highest rate in California for like home birth and like natural birth and like birthing centers is in the county that we're in. So there's a lot of good midwives in this county. So I definitely want to give birth here. But maybe like a month or two after, because our lease will be up. So we'll be free to like move, which will be crazy, but.
Definitely before the fall.
Yeah, it does get cold in Northern California up here, and I do not like that.
Yeah, so probably the end of summer will be the time we move.
Yay!
Midsummer, end of summer.
I miss the beach, because we live next to the beach in Florida.
Yeah.
So I want to go to the beach and go surfing, and, you know, I want my kid to, like, you know, be able to play at the beach, because that's, like, such a timeless treasure to just play at the beach all day.
Yeah.
Something to entertain it all day.
Yeah.
Next one that we want to do is find a house in Florida. We do not want to rent anymore, and we do not want to have roommates anymore. This is our first time renting and our first time having roommates, and both of them have been fine. It's just with a child, especially like a baby, I just want to have our own house and our own yard, and I want to be able to like grow stuff and.
Yeah, which is part of why we don't want to have an apartment, is so that we can have a yard.
Yeah, a yard. Yeah, that's like the main thing. I want to design the house, which will be like so fun for me. It would be fun to design like a nursery and like a whole house to ourselves. It would be so fun.
Yeah. Starter raised bed garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one would be pretty cool. I will try to help with that as much as I can, but I feel like, especially when we first moved to Florida, I'm going to be mainly focused on work. Yeah. But I mean, we both are interested in farming, so I'm sure that we can like really get that going pretty good.
Raised beds would be fun. I've always wanted to like build raised beds, like especially since you can like build and stuff now.
We can grow some fruit trees too, like pomegranate or banana.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, is we say we're moving to Florida, but we don't know how long we'll be there. Obviously, if we sign a lease, we'll be there for at least a year.
Yeah.
But it really depends on how we feel when we get there. We
Yeah.
might come there and decide like, oh, yeah, we were like raised here, but we don't want to live here.
Yeah, exactly. We're not stuck. It's just right now, like in my heart, I just want to live like where our family is, you know, especially the first year of our child's life.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now it's you. The next one.
Find a long-term job that I can build up experience in. That's kind of what I'm doing now. The reason that's one of my goals is because we've been traveling so much that I haven't really kept a job for more than
like 6 months.
6 months to 8 months.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of ready to just like find a job that I can work and then just take time off and travel and come back to the same job and just keep building experience in it. And that's kind of why I'm leaning towards contracting, because it's something that I can get into. I can even build or fix up houses and then just even sell them if we get to the point where we can afford to buy houses, and then I could fix them up. And
there's a lot of opportunity in like contracting, a lot, and it's a lot of independence because you're your own boss, you know. So we're not the type of people that want to work for millionaires and help them get rich.
Yeah.
We want to like work for ourselves. Like that's the whole goal, is eventually to be able to work for ourselves, whether it's doing this or doing what he's doing or doing both. Doing both would be amazing.
And independent contracting is such a broad aspect. Like there's so many like different roads that I can take with it.
Yeah.
And like refine it down to like one specific thing I like, or just do all of them. And so it's kind of nice to have that option.
Okay, and then another one is to stay like healthy, because we're super healthy. I don't think either of us has gotten sick in the past year, besides like minor stuff that lasted like less than 24 hours. We just eat really good, and we barely go out to eat, and when we do, it's like something that we can't cook at home, like something like Thai food or like sushi, you know, like
fancy sushi.
Fancy sushi, yeah. So we're pretty good at like cooking at home and eating really well, and eating obviously all vegan and trying to eat as much whole food, plant-based food, but yeah, we just want to stay like healthy and fit. We don't want to gain a bunch of weight this year. That's not the goal.
Nope.
No mom and dad bots this year. No.
Travel to national parks on the East Coast, which that's a pretty big goal because I can't think of any national parks I know on the East Coast. Except for the Everglades, just from being
in Florida,
just knowing that one. But I can't think of any off the top of my head, so it's gonna be kind of fun to like find them, and, like research about it. So.
Yeah, and we went to a lot, like probably more than half of the ones like on the West Coast, like not like in the Midwest, but like on the West Coast. We went to a lot, like 10 national parks, more than around 10.
Yeah, around 10 and more if you add the state parks and like the national monuments.
Yeah, so we went to a lot over here, so it'd be fun to like, you know, do a trip with our kid on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the last one, but the most important for this channel, obviously, is to post more consistently on Instagram and YouTube. So right now, I'm taking videos on Sundays and posting on Mondays, but I haven't really said that. Eventually, I will make that like a for sure thing, but I just wanted to make sure it worked for me. But it seems like it's working.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I want to make more videos every week. It's hard for me to come up with YouTube video ideas. For Instagram, it's easy, but for YouTube, because it's like longer content, it's like hard for me to think of something, because I don't want to just like spit stuff out there to like post. I want it to be like meaningful, or something that I will look back on, or like our kid will look back on, or like it will be useful for someone, you know? So eventually I'll post more on YouTube, but right now I'm posting 1 time a week, and I want to stick with that. And also on Instagram, post 1 time a week at least. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's our whole list. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.